Gentleman from Jefferson, Representative Harness, will introduce our guest minister. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today I have as a guest minister a good friend of mine. His name is Reverend Ray Coleman. He's the pastor of Mount Vernon Baptist Church and Mount Olive Baptist Church, which is fitting today because it's right on the outskirts of Alcorn State University. So make Reverend Coleman welcome.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Representative Harness, Speaker. God bless you. Would you bow heads and let's pray, please. When Jesus met with the disciples, they asked him to teach them how to pray. And he said these words, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Then lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever." Dear God, just before we say amen, we want to say thank you for another day. Thank you, O God, for your blessings that you've bestowed upon us. We thank you most of all for your Son, Jesus Christ, and we plead the blood covering of your Son now. We thank you, O God, for your grace and your mercy, because if it had not been for that, none of us would exist today. God, you know why we are and you know why we're here. And now I pray a blessing upon each of these, your children, who have come to handle the business and the affairs of your people. I pray now, God, that you will supply them with every resource necessary to keep them moving afloat. I pray, oh God, that you will keep them safe from all hurt, harm, and danger. I decree and declare in this place today that no weapons that have been formed against them shall prosper. Bless their families, bless their going, and bless their comings, so that they will have a clear mind as they get ready to handle the affairs of your people. Let them be good servants. And then, God, I pray that you protect their families so they don't have to worry about what's going on at home. So when they begin to take care of the affairs of this state, I pray, oh God, that it never be personal. And I pray that they would be just in their dealings. And then at the end of the day, I pray that as they go home to their many abodes, that they will know that they've done the right thing in your sight. And I pray, oh God, that you will give them peaceable rest, knowing that one day we're all going to have to stand before the judgment seat, and we're going to have to give an account of what we've done. And on that day, we don't know what you're going to say. But if we can hear you say, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant," it will have been well worth this journey. But until that hour, till that moment, until that second, our prayer is that you keep us close to you. It is in the matchless and most powerful name of your Son, Jesus, we pray. And the people of God said, Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge.
Open the machine, Madam Clerk. Has everyone voted? Close the machine, Madam Clerk.
There's a quorum present, Mr. Speaker.
We will have the reading of the journal. Gentleman from Rankin, Representative Powell, moves we dispense with the reading of the journal. All in favor say aye. Opposed no. The ayes have it. Report of select committees.
We have none, Mr. Speaker.
Report of standing committees.
We have reports on the calendar, Mr. Speaker.
Introduction of bills and constitutional amendments. Gentleman from Marion, Mr. Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I ask unanimous consent to dispense with the reading of the introductions.
Is there objection to this? Hearing none, Mr. Clerk, we will follow that procedure. Resolutions, petitions, memorials, and other papers.
We have none, Mr. Speaker.
Introduction of guests and visitors. Gentleman from Tippa, Mr. Steverson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, in the South Gallery, we have a visitor today, Mr. Thomas Trevino. He's CEO of Kimbrough and Aztec Energy, and he's from the great state of Florida.
Gentleman from Hines, Mr. Bell.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today I have the opportunity to introduce not only a friend, but the doctor of the day. To my left, Dr. Anthony Cloy, family medicine and medical director with the Mississippi Physicians Health Program. Please give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Doc, for being here. Gentleman from Hines, Mr. Crudup.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, please help me make feel welcome a good friend of mine, Reverend Dr. C.J. Rhodes, up in the North Gallery. Stand up, make feel welcome.
Welcome, Dr. Rhodes. Gentleman from Leek, Mr. Holloway.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the South Gallery, we have a good friend, cousin of mine, Attorney Kelsey Rushing.
Gentleman from Sunflower, Mr. Anthony.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In our North Gallery, we have a constituent of mine with the Alcorn State Student Government Association, also a family friend. We have Mr. Sylvester Washington. Would you help us make him welcome today? Please stand.
Gentleman from Warren, Mr. Denton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today it gives me a great pleasure to introduce to this body a lady that hails from the great state of Mississippi, the great city of Vicksburg, which is the red carpet city of the South. She's here today because this is Alcorn's Day. That's why you see so much purple and gold, Mr. Speaker. She's in the South Gallery. She's known to some as Miss Zelmarine Murphy. She's known to others as Mother Brave. Will y'all please make her welcome?
Welcome, lady. Gentleman from Copiah, Mr. Holloway.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen of the House, today is Alpha Phi Alpha Incorporated Day here at the Capitol. I'd like to acknowledge the members of the House of Representatives who are Alphas. Orlando Payton, would you stand? Mr. Justice Gibbs, Otis Anthony, Darrell Porter, and yours truly, Greg Holloway. Let's give them a round of applause.
Gentleman from Rankin, Mr. Powell.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, in the North Gallery, we have the Executive Director of the Mississippi Surgical Center Association, Ms. Tammy Burnett. Please make her welcome.
Gentleman from Holmes, Mr. Clark.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, on behalf of the Holmes County delegation, in the South Gallery, we have a group of Alcorn alumni from Holmes County. Help me welcome them to their capital.
Gentleman from Jefferson, Mr. Harness.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the North and the South galleries, I have some constituents here with us today. Ms. Shirley Tenner, Ms. Barbara Brandon, Mrs. Barbara Brandon, Mrs. Day, and Ms. Jackie Beasley. Please make them welcome.
Gentleman from Pike, Mr. Porter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To follow up with my colleague from Copiah, today is Alpha Phi Alpha Day here at the Capitol, and we have some cold gentlemen with us today. We have our brother Kelsey Rushing, our 27th Southern Regional Vice President. We have brother Jeffrey Knight, our district director, and we have other brothers from Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated joining us. Please make them all feel welcome.
Gentleman from Jackson, Mr. Fondren.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to welcome back my predecessor and current Southern District Transportation Commissioner, Charles Busby.
Welcome, gentlemen. Good to have you here. You're welcome anytime. Even when we're doing MDOT's budget, you're welcome on those days as well. Good to have you here. Gentleman from Copiah, Mr. Holloway.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen of the House. There was an omission in the introduction just a moment ago, and I'd like to also add to that list Mr. Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated himself, Mr. Kabir Kareem. Now give him a hand, please.
Gentleman from Washington, Mr. Hines.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, will you please help me welcome a good friend of mine who is representing Alcorn State University, Dr. Dexter Wakefield. Please make him feel welcome.
Lady from Lowndes, Miss McLean.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the North Gallery, I'd like to welcome a class from the Mississippi University for Women, soon to have a new name. And this is Dr. Chanley Rainey's class, and they are studying nonprofit advocacy and government relations. Please make them welcome.
Okay, I don't see any further introductions. I want to welcome the lady from Hines. Representative Clark is back with us today. She's hanging out over here under the... Welcome, lady. It's always good to see you. You're welcome here anytime. Come to see us. Lady from Rankin, Miss Hurst.
Yes, sir. Help me make, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Help me make welcome. In the South Gallery, we have Mississippi Youth Voice. These are current and former foster youth from across the state and their adult supporters. Y'all help me make them welcome.
All right, I believe at this time our head page, Camille Waller, will introduce our pages for the week.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We have 17 pages this week. Our pages are Marquita Adams from Gulfport, Bailey Allen from Tupelo, Abby Caroline Birch from Hazelhurst, Erica Childs from Aberdeen, Olivia Cook from Pelahatchie, Reagan Cooper from Clinton, Raiden Davis from Purvis, Jack DuPont from Waveland, Nicholas Ellis from Pass Christian, London Fortenberry from Clinton, Kilby Green also from Clinton, Addison Nash from Brandon, Jackson Pierce from Gulfport, Cage Pickett from Petal, Mary Everett Robinson from Brandon, Juliana Weems from Carrier, and Jason Zinfanig from Pass Christian. Thank you.
All right, I believe at this time we have a special guest. If the Sergeant at Arms would welcome in our special guest. And I believe some of you may join us on the podium as well. All right, if y'all direct your attention to the podium, I'm going to ask you to recognize the gentleman from Copiah to introduce our special guest.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and ladies and gentlemen of the House. Today is Purple and Gold Day at the Capitol for Alcorn State University. You can see the purple and gold in both galleries, and we appreciate you coming and being a part of this today. Mr. Speaker and ladies and gentlemen, I'd like for you to know that Alcorn State University is a Mississippi educational jewel. Thanks to the daring investments of the Mississippi House of Representatives, the university is forging ahead in its 153rd year as the oldest land-grant university in the state and the oldest historically black land-grant university in America. I'd like for you to also know that your investment is certainly in safekeeping with Alcorn State. Alcorn State University boasts many firsts and many greats. Thousands of Alcorn faculty, staff, students, and alumni have made a significant difference to the state of Mississippi. Recently, the university was ranked among premier institutions in the nation, earning spots in the U.S. News and World Report as the number 6 best valued schools, Regional University South, number 29 HBCU, number 22 top public schools in the South, number 34 top performers on social mobility South, and number 54 best regional universities South. College Raptor listed Alcorn State University as number 8 in the top 25 HBCU list and on its 2024 top colleges in the United States list. Finally, Niche ranked Alcorn State University as the number 4 HBCU school in the nation list, among others. Let's give all of our Alcorn participants a round of applause. Now I'll introduce to you Representative Jeffrey Harness to do the introductions. Representative Harness.
Thank you, Representative Holloway. Before we begin introductions, I would just like to, I know we have already welcomed this lady to the Capitol, back to the Capitol today, but I would like to honor Ms. Alice Clark again. She, of course, today you know that in honor of her service to this state and to this body, that a portrait was hung in her honor on the second floor of the Capitol. So can we give her another round of applause? Today we have with us Mr. Delmer Stamps, who is the Agriculture Alumni Committee Chair. We have the 66th HGA President, Ms. Jordan Book of Camden, Mississippi. The third Mr. Alcorn State University, Mr. Arrington Robinson of Camden, Mississippi. All right. Camden for Ms. Book and Canton for Mr. Robinson. The 97 Miss Alcorn State University, Lady Jillian Mills of Greenville, Mississippi. We have our Director of Athletics, Mr. Robbie Raines, Chief of Staff, Mrs. Karen Shedrick, our Vice President, Dr. Marcus Ward, and our Interim President, Dr. Tracy Cook. And I want to introduce you all to a friend, Dr. Tracy Cook, who hails from my community, Jefferson County, the big city of Fayette, Mississippi. Played baseball for my daddy. He was my athletic director, and I'll never forget, he chewed me out for not having my guys properly dressed for an awards program. That just shows you his commitment to excellence. He didn't care about throwing footballs in the backyard. He didn't care about any of that. He has a commitment to excellence. And at this moment, I'd like you all to welcome Dr. Tracy Cook to this body.
Good afternoon. I bring you words of gratitude on behalf of Alcorn State University. My Alcornites, please stand. Thank you for supporting our Purple and Gold Day. And to you, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for honoring one of yours, one of ours today, former Representative Alice Griffin Clark today. Thank you for all the great work you have done for this great state of Mississippi and the work you have yet to do for Alcorn State University. At this time, I'm going to yield to my student leaders because that's what it's all about. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Jillian Danette Mills, a senior concentrating in English teaching and elementary education, hailing from Greenville, Mississippi, and I graciously and boldly serve as the 97th Miss Alcorn State University. On behalf of Alcorn State University Royal Court, I would like to express sincere gratitude for inviting us to the Purple and Gold Day today here at the Capitol. It has truly been an amazing experience to advocate for our beloved institution, Alcorn State University. To the legislators, we appreciate you so much for all of your hard work. Nothing has gone unnoticed. Again, we appreciate you all so much for allowing us to be a part of this momentous day. Thank you.
Greetings. I am Arrington Robinson, a senior biology pre-medicine major, hailing from the magnificent City of Lights, Canton, Mississippi. And I humbly serve as the third Mr. Alcorn State University. I would just like to thank each and every one of you all for allowing us just to come out here today and celebrate this wonderful occasion. Today has truly been a great day. We've met and networked with a lot of people from all over, so today has just been a great day. And I must say, I am extremely excited to see what the future has in store for Alcorn as we plan to embark on new initiatives to elevate, to enhance, and to enrich the traditions of Alcorn State University. So once again, today has been a great day, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Greetings. I am Jordan Buck, a senior Ag Business Management major from Crenshaw, Mississippi, and I humbly serve as the 66th Student Government Association President. I would like to bring you greetings on behalf of the 66th SGA administration as well as the entire student body. We thank you all for your time, support, and the invitation to the 2024 Purple and Gold Day here at the Mississippi Capitol. I would also like to thank the legislators, Alcornites, students, and everyone involved for the work that you have done this far, and we thank you all, and we hope to see great things in the future. Thank you.
Letting our guests clear out. We will be ready to go to the calendar. Motion to reconsider calendar. General calendar. I'm sorry, we have, gentlemen, you have an item on the motion to reconsider. The gentleman from Grenada, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to table the motion to reconsider.
Chairman Judd B. moves to table that motion to reconsider, item number 1 on that motion to reconsider calendar. Those opposed have 5 minutes. Does anyone seek recognition? All right, I don't see any. If you favor the gentleman's motion to table, indicate by saying aye. Opposed, no. No. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. We will now go to the general calendar. Does any chairman have an item they wish to take up? We're Chairman of Public Health. Chairman of Wildlife. You're recognized, gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to call up House Bill 43 and make the usual motion.
Gentleman calls up item number 2, House Bill 43. Moves the rules be suspended, the bill considered engrossed, read the third time, and placed on final passage. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Gentlemen, you're recognized to explain the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been very blessed in this state with a very robust wildlife environment. And it's our mission in our committee to realize that and put in places where safeguards are realized. Today we bring to you House Bill 43, which is simply our public trust doctrine. And so, you know, this is 52 years old since we've implemented this, and so we're bringing it up to speed. And we're inserting on line 11 where it says hunting, trapping, and fishing, we're including the world of wildlife. Further on line 14, we're going to insert a definition that says the wildlife in Mississippi belong to the citizens at large, and the state has a duty to protect and sustain this wildlife for public benefit, as well as a duty to authorize and defend the public interest in the state's wildlife in accordance with sound scientific principle. That's a description of the bill.
Questions on the bill?
Questions.
Gentleman from Wayne, Mr. Barnett.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Will the chairman yield?
Absolutely.
Gentlemen, I've just got a few quick concerns. I've had a couple calls from my dog hunters back home. Is this going to affect them in any way?
I wouldn't dream of it.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Don't see any further questions, gentlemen.
Move final passage.
Gentleman moves final passage. Open machine, Madam Clerk. If you favor the bill, vote aye. If you're opposed, vote nay. Has everyone voted? Has everyone voted? Close the machine, Madam Clerk. By a vote of 117 yeas, 0 nays, bill passes. You have further items, gentlemen?
Yes, sir. With unanimous consent, I'd like to move forward on the calendar and call up House Bill 5.
Which item, gentlemen?
Item number 4.
All right, you pass over item number 3.
Call up House Bill 526 and make the usual motion.
Gentleman goes to item number 4, House Bill 526. He calls the bill up, moves the rules be suspended, the bill considered engrossed, read the third time, and placed on final passage. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. You're recognized, gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to recognize a gentleman from Pascagoula to bring forth the bill.
Gentleman from Jackson is recognized to explain the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Pretty straightforward bill here. House Bill 526, it adds 5 words to 2 different code sections. It allows, in addition to hunter's orange, hunters may also wear a solid, unbroken, fluorescent pink vest as well. And I have so kindly brought one here for y'all to see. If we can. And I'm sure there'll be very few questions, but I yield for questions, Mr. Speaker.
Gentlemen, it seems what you're wanting to do is stir up quite a bit of controversy. There seem to be several people that have questions on this bill. You yield for questions?
I do.
Gentleman from Washington, Mr. Hines.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Gentleman, yeah.
I do.
What was the idea behind the color pink?
I think it was to encourage more people to participate in hunting, gentlemen.
So, isn't pink considered a dorsal color?
It's a safe color. I think that it's as bright as orange, and people can see it throughout the woods. That's what I would say.
Is there anything in the woods now that's pink?
Gentlemen, I don't believe, but there's not much that's fluorescent orange either. So,
do you think men will be encouraged to do more hunting since they're hunting after stuff in pink?
I don't think pink discriminates on gender, gentlemen.
Okay. So, who wanted this bill?
The people of Mississippi.
So they're looking for pink?
The people want pink, and I think we should give them pink.
Gentleman from Choctaw, Mr. Hood.
Does the gentleman yield?
I do.
Gentlemen, looking at your bill, and I don't think I have an issue with it, but there's no definition section in this bill, is it?
No, gentlemen.
Because there are a lot of different colors of pink, and do you think there would be any, our justice court systems or anything of that nature, there's going to be a big controversy on what constitutes pink?
I do not.
What about bright pink? Do you think bright pink vest would be covered?
Fluorescent pink, gentlemen.
Well, what about the bubblegum color of pink? Would bubblegum colors be covered?
If it is fluorescent pink, gentlemen.
I just think you got a lot of open interpretation in this bill of what is pink and what is not pink. Would you be open for any type of amendment where we could define what pink would be?
Fluorescent pink is just fine. I would not be open to any amendment, gentlemen.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Gentleman from Grenada, Mr. Horan.
Thank you, gentlemen. Gentlemen, you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I do.
I got a couple of questions. I'm a little concerned. You showed that vest. Is that the only thing that qualifies that would meet the statutory requirement? I think it's 18 inches uninterrupted or something like that.
It is at least 500 square inches of solid, unbroken fluorescent.
18 square inches, I understand.
500.
Is that right? I got it. Well, so if I ask my wife if she doesn't hunt, I say, hey, honey, let's go hunting this afternoon, and won't you wear this out there, you know? And it's kind of like one of these, she likes to work out a lot, and she's got these Pilates bottoms she wears. I said, won't you wear this out there? Would that qualify, gentlemen? It would be something she'd be wearing that is...
Gentlemen, I would advise you to bring a tape measure or hope that she wears a large size.
Okay, well, I'm trying to work on that too, but I got another question. Like, if she succumbs to my pressure and says, okay, let's go hunting. So we go out in the woods, and you know what a redneck blind is, gentlemen? You know what a redneck blind is? A big blind you can buy now? It's pretty big, right? You know what one of those are?
I do.
Okay, so I convince her to come, and my current wife decides she's going to go hunting with me. And she decides to come, and we're up there hunting, having a big time, and we get a knock on the door of the blind, and it's a game warden, and he opens the door to that blind, and just so happens I've got the pink one on and the orange one on. Would that be a violation of the law if she didn't have one on at all?
Gentlemen, this requirement shall not apply to a hunter while the hunter is at a fully enclosed deer stand.
That's my problem about the fully enclosed deer stand. What if it's not? You're saying that you don't have to wear it inside the blind, correct? Or leaving the blind. If I come out of the blind with both of them on just because I wasn't paying attention, would that be a violation?
That's not germane to this bill, gentlemen.
I have no further questions.
Lady from Rankin, Ms. Hurst.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Serious question, just going to take a play from Representative Yates' book here, but so what about the colorblind? Pink, let's say for instance, my son can legitimately not see pink. And if you're wearing fluorescent pink in the woods and my son can't see pink, he might actually shoot you. Did anyone take the colorblind into consideration when this was being discussed? Now, let me just be clear. I have nothing against the color pink. Clearly, I like it. But that is a legitimate concern.
It's an alternative to fluorescent orange, lady.
I understand it's an alternative, but it's an alternative that could clearly get you shot. Because my son isn't choosing what color you're wearing. He's not going to choose whether the hunter in the woods is wearing orange or whether he's wearing pink. He's going to be hunting, and the person wearing the color is going to be the one in danger. Just bringing up the point, and that's all I have.
Thank you. Gentleman from Lawrence, Mr. Evans.
Thank you, Speaker. Gentleman, yield.
I do.
Thank you. Gentleman from Grenada a while ago asked you a question about what would happen if the game warden caught you wearing both colors. I don't know what problem he might have in that he doesn't know which color he ought to wear, but what was your answer to that?
The statute provides for orange or fluorescent pink. Fluorescent orange or fluorescent pink.
Okay, and you wore it so comfortably when you modeled it there a while ago.
Thank you.
I presume you vetted this bill with the LGBTQ Hunter Caucus.
Is that a question, gentlemen?
Yeah, have you vetted this with the LGBTQ Hunter Caucus in Mississippi?
I have not, but I'd be happy to consider it.
Thank you.
Gentleman from Jackson, I don't see any further questions.
Move final passage, Mr. Speaker.
Open the machine, Madam Clerk. If you favor the bill, vote aye. If you're opposed, vote nay. Has everyone voted? Has everyone voted? Close the machine, Madam Clerk. By a vote of 109 yeas, 4 nays, the bill passes. Anything? While the chairman of Jed B is coming forward, you're not coming to take up bills? All right, I don't see anything else on the calendar except for Jed B, so that may conclude our work for the day. Have I missed somebody? Gentleman from Oktibbeha, Mr. Taylor, for what purpose?
Introduction out of order.
You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in our North Gallery, we have our former candidate for State Treasurer, Ms. Addie Lee Green. Ms. Addie Lee Green, please stand, give her a round of applause. Welcome to your capital.
Gentleman from Leek, Mr. Holloway.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the North Gallery, we have a good friend of mine. I want y'all to make her feel welcome, Angie Dawson.
Gentleman from Harrison, Mr. Felsher.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to introduce former colleague and former Mayor Biloxi, Gerald Blessy.
Welcome, gentlemen. Good to have you here. I want to direct y'all's attention to the North Gallery. I've got a visitor here today, Mr. Henry Haddon. He visits my youngest daughter from time to time at our house, and I'm glad to have him in the Capitol here today. He's dressed up very well. Henry, good to have you here today. Gentleman from Hines, Mr. Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You would turn your attention to the North Gallery. Have one of my longtime friends, Mrs. Charlotte Reeves, visiting us today. And in the South Gallery, have another friend, Mr. Germany Gray, visiting us today as well. Thank y'all for coming.
All right, we'll have announcements by the clerk's office.
We'll have page pictures immediately after adjournment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Madam Clerk?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today, 5 minutes after adjournment, County Affairs will meet in room 401A. Judd B. will have a joint hearing with the Senate at 3 o'clock in room 216. For tomorrow, Appropriations C will meet at 8:30 in 201A. Universities and colleges will meet at 10 in room 204. Transportation will meet at 11 in room 204. And Appropriations E will meet at 1 o'clock in room 201A. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Further announcements by the members. I don't see any. I recognize the gentleman from Rankin for the motion.
I move that the House stand adjourned until 2 p.m. tomorrow.
Gentleman's motion is the House stand adjourned until 2 p.m. tomorrow. If you favor that motion, indicate by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The House will stand adjourned until 2 p.m. tomorrow.